Good morning, everyone. We are Group 6, and the title of our work is Monthly Budget Tracker for Adamsonian Students. We've all been through a situation where we overspent our money and had to ask our friend for some cash just to be able to buy food or afford the transportation to go home. And some of us even skipped lunch or had to do the infamous water tree on a jeepney. It was almost a traumatizing lesson, which is why we took our experiences and made it into a code in order to lessen and help our fellow students who has to use the public transportation to go to school and to go home, and the students living in dormitory to budget their money.
To start and run our code for the simulation, we'll have to open the C++ app and paste our ready-made code to monitor our budget. The first int main would show the floating C out code. Enter your previous month's saving in peso sign. The peso sign is modifiable so it can be used by a broader range of students intentionally. This also tells you to enter your data or savings. The second C out is directly below the first C out. Here, you enter your monthly allowance. Ending with C in, this will now determine to add the allowance and savings for the code. For the encoding of expenses, you must determine which factors take the most out of our monthly budget. In our case, the transportation, food, school expenses, and other expenses like spontaneous gala with friends, hospital bills, and renovation expenses. Now, for the last line, we use the code word float to separate the total expenses and remaining budget allowance. The float total expenses will then add all the values that you have entered and present the total. And the code float remaining balance will then subtract the total expenses to the allowance. The cost would then present the words your total expenses for the month are in peso sign, and apply all the float commands from above and enter its result.
Now, for the different results of the code, there would be three scenarios. A student who would spend all her money, a student who would overspend, and a student with a great money management scheme. Student A spent 5,000, 13,000, 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000, 13,000. You have spent all your money. Student B, 8,000, 15,000, 10,000, 7,000, 6,000, 4,000, and 18,000. You have exceeded your allowance. Student C, 10K, 25K, 3K, 5,000, 2,000, 0, 10,000, 20,000. It will say that there is a 20,000 savings.
Previous month saving, current month saving allowed. Oh. Bakit niyan? Madali na, 15 minutes.
In order to help Adamson students manage their monthly expenses and track their anticipated level of saving, we created a monthly budget tracker. It examines your monthly outlays by keeping track of which of them are the most important. We start by inquiring about the allowance, travel costs, food costs, educational costs, and other expenses. The monthly expenses are then determined by using algebraic calculation. We were able to determine the cost for Adamson students' expenses for a month using if and then statement and straightforward math configuration. The most fundamental aspect of coding can help you work in a people-focused profession, and learning to code can improve your logical thinking and reasoning abilities. Additionally, if you work in an analytical field, coding can improve your data and handling skills. Since we, as an Adamson student, occasionally requires a lot of time to track our monthly expenses, it may take longer time than expected, even when done in Excel. Our conclusion about our code is that it provides a way to easily track your monthly expenses. With this in mind, we were able to conclude that to solve this specific problem, a program prototype that can track our monthly expenses needs to be encoded.